We hop on the ATV with Summit Sheriff for backcountry patrol at Georgia Pass. Phil Lindeman, Krystal, 93 News. First, fire crews are close to containing 3 small wildfires in Eagle County, less than 48 hours after they erupted. Those fires have burned a combined 11 acres south of Edwards, outside of Wolcott, and off US 24 near Camp Hale. The Williams Fork fire north of Summit grew about 800 acres yesterday to 10,300 acres with 3% containment. The Pine Gulch fire grew 2,500 acres, now burning 125,000 acres with 17% containment. And the Grizzly Creek fire in Glenwood Canyon grew by less than 300 acres, now just shy of 30,000 acres. It is 11% contained. CDOT hopes to reopen I-70 through Glenwood Canyon by next week. Reopening depends on road conditions and the Grizzly Creek fire. Weekend forecast calls for more hot, dry weather in Glenwood with gusty winds on some days. In the summer of COVID, the network of four-wheel roads high on the Continental Divide is busier than ever.
We've definitely seen an increase in business. We've got a couple of rental companies within the county here who rent out to a lot of inexperienced riders.
That was Sergeant Mark Watson with the Summit County Sheriff's Office. He and 2 deputies patrol backcountry zones countywide. Tenderfoot Mountain up north, Vail Pass out west, and the Swan River Network southeast of Montezuma.
People know it as Georgia Pass for the South Fork. Middle Fork sort of does a loop over to the North Fork and can get to Webster Pass, Radical Hill, and into Montezuma.
Krystal 93 joined Watson for ATV patrol this morning and met Steve Nordstrom, a regular visitor from the Front Range.
Yeah, it was really busy probably 3 weeks ago. There's more people than I've ever seen out here before. I think people are looking to get out and get out of the house.
Watson took us to Radical Hill, site of a 10-person brawl earlier this month when a disagreement about right-of-way led to verbal bashing, thrown rocks, and bear spray.
If you're the one going uphill, you have right of way. So those downhill drivers, they need to keep an eye on what's below them.
Conflicts are unfortunately more common this year, but still rare. Most often, backcountry deputies help lost four-wheelers and respond to injuries, like 3 serious UTV accidents since June that sent people to the hospital.
Very fortunate this year, but we do see probably a death every couple of years up here regarding off-road vehicles, being UTVs, four-wheelers or ATVs.
If you are four-wheeling this weekend, observe trail etiquette and be careful where you park. Idling engines can ignite grass, and spark arresters are mandatory. Summit County can take your breath away, literally. This weekend, 40-year Breck resident and former mayor John Werner shares a near-death experience from a ski trip and the physical condition he thought might force him to leave for good.
I stopped skiing with my friends, came back with them, felt worse and worse and worse. I got back, admitted myself to the emergency room that night, and lo and behold, I had pulmonary emboli, which are clots in your lungs. I had pneumonia. We started looking to move. I was thinking, well, there's no help for me.
Krystal 93 reporter Tana Lockhart shares the solution he found, which kept him in the mountains and could help others. Tune in this weekend for the full story, 9 a.m. and 3 p.m., both Saturday and Sunday. Don't let the haze fool you. In just 6 weeks, the snow guns will likely start churning at a base in Loveland and Keystone. John Sellers with Loveland.
Typically, we start the first week in October, and once we get started, it's just usually a few short weeks to be able to start the lifts.
Summit County Commissioner Elizabeth Lawrence has been meeting with state officials since last week, designing best practices for all Colorado ski areas.
We've got to remain nimble and flexible because as we've learned about this virus, as we create plans and then those don't always go the way that we want them to.
Those best practices should be ready by mid-September or early October, but one thing is still up in the air: the snow gun schedule.
We haven't even discussed snowmaking, so that hasn't even come up yet.
For now, early season resorts are planning to blow snow as usual, pending restrictions from the state. After 36 years with Breckenridge Golf Club, head professional Errol Miller is retiring.
Really watching the golf course go from 9 to 18 and then 27, and all 3 nines are just so spectacular. It's been really fun to see the amount of people that come to Breckenridge for golf and the amount of locals that play golf.
He started golfing as a kid on the Front Range and came to Breck the very first summer it was open.
We went from a double-wide trailer out on Tiger Road for our first clubhouse the first few years to what is now our third remodel of our current clubhouse. So that's been fun to watch that grow.
Plenty has changed since then, but Miller's favorite hole has not.
Through all the years, number 9 Bear has been one of my favorites, because once you've made the turn off 7 and 8, you turn around, you see the full 10-mile range panoramic view. It is so awesome, along with the fact that it's really challenging.
Why retire? He's got a new granddaughter, and his youngest just got engaged. It's family time. Stop by, say hi, and wish Miller the best. In sports, the Nuggets trail the Jazz in Game 3 of their playoff series, most likely losing by a lot. Tonight, the Rockies open a tough weekend series with the Dodgers at 7:40. And in local sports, brought to you by American Family Insurance, the Weiss Agency, the second-to-last race of the Summit Mountain Challenge Town Series is next week, August 25th and 26th, at the Peaks Trail Time Trial, Breckenridge to Frisco. Get signed up through mavsports.com. Phil Lindemann, Krystal, 93 News.